Greetings and salutations, brother.
How's it going, good sir?
It is going. Thankfully, Buddy Boy, his fever broke overnight. He just had a
Good.
little bit of congestion. He drank some. He drank some juice this morning. Coughed up a big old wad of phlegm, and now he's perfectly fine. And he's at daycare. Yuck! What's
Yeah.
yuck? Meanwhile, the 2-year-old is apparently terrified of these little plastic spiders. Keeps saying yuck and trying to hit them with his mother's hairbrush, which is going to make for some fascinating days ahead because his older brother, Buddy Boy, the 4-year-old, is fascinated with all kinds of creepy crawlies and bugs. So I'm just waiting for one of these days. Dennis is going to get either outside or down into the basement, and he's going to find a bug and he's going to bring it up to Colin and be like, "Hey, baby," and just go, because he doesn't call him Colin. Yeah. He keeps calling him baby. And he's going to go, "Look," and hold up a bug and freak out his little brother.
Appreciate that.
Yeah. Oh, one moment before we get into the deep dive on anything, I'm going to put myself on mute for just a moment. I'll be on camera here.
Yeah, take your time, man. I'm going to get it set up.
Now, this is recording, right?
Yeah, this is recording.
Okay. This is the 11-year-old. This is Avery. And while driving her brother Dennis to daycare, she informed me that she had a brilliant idea for something that she'd like to do once she's a decrepit, what did you say? A decrepit old lady. When she gets older, this is something that she would like to do. Proceed.
So when I get older, I'm going to print out a picture of somebody online. And then I put it in a picture frame, okay?
Just some random guy.
Okay, right. And then I go to a cafe and set it across from me. And then I just order some food. But I ordered 2 plates. One for the picture and one for me. And then when people come up to me and ask how I'm doing, I'll say, "I'm doing good. Me and my husband are doing good." And I say, I just take off this like fake plastic necklace, but it looks expensive. I give it to them and say, "Oh, well, I won't be needing this anytime soon. My time's almost up anyway."
And then
I go there for the next 2 weeks, and I keep on doing that. And then I just stop going there.
Just to fuck with people.
Wow.
Just to mess with people. And then later she clarified, and then like maybe a year, like half a year or a year later, I'll just wander back in and be like, "Oh, this is a nice, cute little place. Why are you wearing my necklace?" Just playing up the whole fucking dementia card. She may not look 100% like me, but you can tell that's my child by that kind of setup.
For sure.
Proud of you, kiddo. Thanks.
Goodbye.
She'll obviously be popping in and out. I don't know.
Let me double check, but I got to make sure we were at the right time from where we left off.
We were around the 14-minute mark from what I recall.
Yeah, but no, we were on 16:40.
Oh, 16. Well, I knew there was a 4 in there.
Right on the dot.
And let me share the link around to a couple more spots.
Yeah, let me do the same real quick.
And groups. That's sort of maniacal, kiddo. What are you doing down there? Definitely my kid.
Colin, come here. Get over here. Oh, come on.
Are you trying to have fun with him or kill him?
No.
Well, don't kill him.
All right, cool.
Oh, sure. Thank you. For some reason, he's decided he wants to brush my hair.
Give me one moment
Sure.
to make sure that they haven't released any more videos. That is, I don't think they have.
No, Neville, I think this is the third video. The first two were not very long.
Yeah.
But
that was a month ago that last one released.
Okay, so this is all we have for now.
Yeah, it's the latest and newest iteration we got.
Thank you, I guess.
All right. Looks like we're all ready to go.
Where the heck? Oh, here we go. One more share spot. All right. So,
is there anything we need to touch up on?
Well, a couple of quick clarifications. No, Neville, actually, this is our third deep dive into the oldest view.
Yep.
And each one has been, I'd say, about an hour long each?
Give or take.
Yeah, that tends to be about how long I'm able to hop on here and maintain some kind of stable presence before, there's just too much chaos with all the kids and getting ready for work and all of that. Hoo-ha.
Yeah, about an hour 16 is what we did. The other one was hour 20.
Yep. I don't think there's anything else that we need to touch upon as far as double checking where we're at or how much we've done before. But did you want to discuss any, before we get going, what we may be looking at diving into next, or possibly
the unknown?
Wasn't the unknown? Well, that's
the
pretty
unknown.
much everything. Thank you, kiddo.
Yeah, pretty much. We don't know what we're diving into other than a dark mall setting.
Right.
That's some really odd and weird and questionable old websites.
Right. Yes. Thank you for the reminder. We followed a couple of kind of little hints that were dropped in the first section of this video that we're currently paused in, because there were advertisements and banners in the mall setting that our intrepid narrator is traversing down into, that we paused the video and said, you know what, let's go ahead and look up these websites and see if they actually lead to anything.
Mm-hmm.
The first thing that kind of raised a red flag for both Brother Cortex and myself was that when going to the websites, a warning came up saying, not secured.
Yep.
That's Malia. So that right there is a red flag, because a lot of these analog horror series, the creators will establish backstory or lore, accompaniment, accessory websites that lead you down what seems to be genuine information, or would lead one to maybe think at a cursory surface level glance, okay, they base this on something in reality. But if you spend more than a minute with the website and actually do some looking around, you realize, wait a minute, something isn't adding up here.
Mm-hmm.
Something is very peculiar about this website, about this information.
Very dated.
Right. The website's, the style and presentation is very old school, as though this has been around for a very long time,
mm-hmm.
which would make sense given that the videos that we're seeing in the series, leave one with the impression that perhaps this is an older video that was found footage. It kind of lends itself to the analog horror genre as a whole. So it's quite impressive that Kane Pixels went and added this additional layer into this series. Something else that we both kind of went, throw the red flag, call foul on this one, was the narrator making audible reference to the back rooms.
Yep.
It's like, oh my God, self-reference only serves two purposes. All right. One of two purposes. It is either used as a tie-in mechanism to deepen the audience's appreciation of the backstory and lore, to fill out narrative junkets and pathways that perhaps were not fully explored previously, and to add some substance to the new material, or it's a form of, Avery, plug your ears, creative masturbation. Avery, you're clear.
What the fuck?
You're clear. Unplug your ears.
That was beautiful.
I'm not used to doing these shows with a child home who can understand everything I'm saying. So I actually have to temper myself a little bit because she's here and she's 11. And I don't want her parroting something to her teachers or classmates that's going to cause them to ring me up and say, we have to have a conversation, Mr. Calkins.
I think that's what she was gonna do.
As it was, she already apparently got a strange look from your teacher the day after Halloween when she gave Mrs. Young a piece of candy and said, here's my Halloween tax. By the way, taxation is theft.
I didn't give her any candy.
She said taxation is theft.
That's beautiful.
And then she said, that's what my dad says all the time. And Mrs. Young gave her a look and said, okay. I'm like, oh, shit. Great. But
that's beautiful.
anyhow, I think that pretty much brings us up to speed, unless there's something I'm forgetting, brother.
There was just another thing I was going to add, since we were talking about the websites. The not only were they dated, but the format was very it was almost like something that you would find in the dark web. It was a very old format.
Right. Something that you could only get to normally with like the Tor Onion browser.
Yep. And that kind of raised a red flag for me. It was like, this site is super, super dated. Like something that you would have found back in let's say 2006.
Right, like Web 2.0, way back.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Which also lends itself to a follow-up question of, we know that when certain domains are left out in the ether to kind of hang on their own for a certain amount of time, if they're not maintained, they become broken links.
Mm-hmm.
The only way for a link to remain unbroken is for somebody to pay to maintain that link.
Mm-hmm.
So who's paying for this link to remain available?
Or is it even being paid to stay up altogether?
Right. Like, what mechanism is keeping this site, this link, active for people to go traipsing down the bunny trail?
Well, I mean, other than that, I don't think I have anything more to add.
Nor I at this time. So, ladies and gentlemen, let us proceed with The Oldest View, Part 3.
Here we go.
I'm seeing a lot of stuff for art galleries, like artist stuff.
So I just thought of something. Might be a theory, might not be, I don't know. But let's say that there was an art gallery here. What happened to the art gallery? Why was everything left behind?
Certainly a good question. It also lends itself perhaps to kind of a meta / fourth wall break possibility, We are currently watching an artistic production about a place that hosted artistic productions. So is this playback itself perhaps one of the pieces that was in this gallery as a multimedia project presentation?
Could be.
I've also seen a weird amount of stuff mentioning Texas. I don't know if Dallas. I keep seeing Dallas show up, but I'm not sure if it's talking about the city or if it's a different thing. But I've seen like 2 Texas shops, and it's on a lot of signs. We're back.
What the fuck is that?
I do not know. Can you make out the text on the sign?
It says, "We're back," created by a La Reunion, Texas artists and volunteers who care about West Dallas, the oversized puppets of Bridge-O-Rama's Parade of Giants. Nearly stole the show during the opening weekend of the Margaret Hunt Hill Bridge. See them again, learn their stories. Bridge-O-Rama's Parade of Giants at Dallas City Hall. Opening reception 6 p.m. Tuesday, June 19th, 1500 Merla Street. The Union, Bridge-O-Rama, Texas Capital Bank, Dickies, and just other advertisements for places.
Sponsors for the event.
Yeah.
So a giant puppet. No, nothing weird or creepy about that at all, is there?
No. Not at all. Makes me want to stay around just that much longer.
Right? I mean, you've got some weird, like Rasputin-looking giant thing with green rot hands on this sign.
Looks like flowers.
Is it? Could be.
Yeah, it's like green, and I see like blues and purples. A little bit of red and yellows and pinks.
See them again, learn their story. Care about West Dallas. Yeah, it says Dallas again. For some reason, it's not that cold down here. It was cold back in the food court, but
Okay, he just said it's cold down there.
Yup. Now, is anyone with any kind of background, history, or understanding of paranormal activity, supernatural events is familiar with?
Exactly what I was getting at.
Typically, the sudden drop in temperature of an area of any location is indicative of the presence of disembodied spirits, entities, essences, ghosts, ghasts, geists, revenants, wraiths, or some form of fae folk. Some form of fae folk, particularly kobolds, brownies, and torques. Torques, however, would not, I imagine, be found anywhere underground. In Celtic mythology, torques are they're woodland fairy folk who derive their magical energy from sunlight. So they wouldn't be found underground. Wouldn't make much sense.
Oh boy. Yeah, I'm sorry, but if you come across a place like this and suddenly the temperature drops, get the fuck out.
Right.
Like, go.
Because your own core temperature is probably going to reduce pretty soon because you're going to be dead.
Yep, like Scuba just said. Hello, Scuba.
Raisin. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping in here.
How's it going, Raisin? She said also malfunctioning equipment or distortion of equipment. Correct. And we did see a lot of that as he, traveled and journeyed on in this weird area. Hey there, Byron friends.
Yeah, Raisin, she's a friend of mine from several other servers on Discord. I dropped the link to the show in her Discord live stream channel. So,
welcome aboard. Appreciate you being here. Oh, want to get back to it?
Yep, let's go, brother.
Yeah, another studio. It's like these are all art studios. Is it an octopus? What is that? Yeah, it's an octopus.
Okay, why is that center so dark? Like, there's no reflection at all down there.
Nope. And can you see the floor down in that area or no?
No.
Yeah, you're
It's just like a pit.
You're underground. There's an unseen bottom in a darkened area. Just stay well back of the railing.
Yeah.
Painting.
Oh, shit.
That scared the shit out of me. What is this? Some kind of artwork.
Why are you not running?
Right, that's the puppet from the advert you just saw. And didn't he just come from vaguely that direction? How would he not have seen it before?
God. Oh my God.
I'm sure you've got to get yourself the out of there.
No.
Dude, that is uncanny as fuck. I don't like this thing.
I swear that thing is looking at him. Like the eyes are literally in direction of him.
Aimed in his direction.
It almost looks like it's looking at him.
Oh, fuck. Oh, God.
He's fucking all the way up.
All right, so you've now got this golem-looking Muppet looking out over the abyss towards your narrator, and the music kicks back on.
Yeah.
Just in time to potentially cover the sounds of movements of this great big thing that you somehow did not notice until it was behind you.
No way, dude. The lights are coming back on.
In most circumstances, above ground, in a normal mall, this might be a comforting sign. Here in this location, in these circumstances, not quite.
No. Can I just bring up the fact that he's got his back turned to this thing?
Yeah, doesn't seem like a smart move. I'm also curious about the placement of this chair, this lone chair by no table, seemingly in a disjointed location.
Mm-hmm.
We're out.
Oh shit! Scale of 1 to 10. How bloated are your pants right now? And how brown?
If I'm him, yeah, totally shite myself at that juncture. Because now the only way out is through, and you have no idea where to even begin.
Yeah.
No. Fuck no. Come on. Wait. I really fucked up, guys.
Quick point of order. Was there any audible indication at any point that this collapse had happened?
Probably not.
Okay. How far had he gone from that doorway? That not quite all the way down portcullis gate from the filthy shower chamber. He'd been out of view of it quite a distance.
Oh yeah.
Now,
exploring for quite
right,
some time.
It's quite a distance away. He'd been exploring. We saw distortions. We noticed the temperature drop. If you will recall back from the Backrooms series, thank you, Malia. She's giving her input. That's what she would have done in her pants if she had that hacker. Just, so remember in the Backrooms when one explorer went off, separated from his team, to explore what sounded like a crowd of, a crowd noise conversation. Yep. And when he looked back, there was that wave of visual distortion.
Yep.
A partition.
And his team was nowhere to be found.
Right. We had a sudden time shift, and what we discovered through watching that series is that what likely occurred, at least the best, for my part, the best explanation you and I had sort of come to a consensus on was that when that partition space came into enactment, when that partition event occurred, he himself, that explorer, jumped back in time, or he went backwards in time.
Yeah.
But we also established there that would then indicate that these partition events could also cause time to flow forward or backward, either way. So now this current explorer has gone back. There was no audible indication of this collapse having occurred, but that doesn't necessarily mean that there would have been an indication if he passed a partition point. Who knows how long he's been down there, according to the outside world. All we know is that now that stairwell in and out, that ingress egress
is now inaccessible.
Is destroyed.
Yep.
It looks like it's collapsed. Who knows how long ago that happened in three-dimensional space?
Right.
It's definitely not in standard three-dimensional space anymore.
It was a one-way doorway.
Yeah.
So my thing is, it's kind of like the opposite effect in a way of like the back rooms at the partition. Where the one team member from his team, when you separate, he heard noise. In this case, he didn't hear anything.
Right. There was nothing. There was no. The only thing I could maybe posit is when the Muzak suddenly kicked back on.
Yep.
Was that perhaps a signal, or was it deployed to cover the sound of the collapse?
Possibly, but probably like the checkpoint of like where you've progressed a little too far.
Right. I mean, I remember playing Sonic. Every time you hit one of those little checkpoint dingles, it would spin around and go ding.
Yep.
Only this guy ain't no Sonic the Hedgehog. He ain't running away from this shit.
No, not even.
Quick secondary note. Has anybody else noticed that none of these storefronts have had titles or labels on them except the art studios? None of the storefronts, none of the security gated storefronts within this location, within this mall, have had any titles or labeling except the art studios.
Yeah, you're right. All the art stuff did have a title, but everything else seemed like the little restaurants and stuff didn't.
Right. It was just unlabeled, blank, vacant. All that exists here
is just art.
Is the creative.
Yep. Okay, so I take it back. That cafe did have a title.
Yep. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Letterbox Cafe.
Yep.
Letterbox being a type of framing for visual presentation in film and television, which is a form of art.
It was a jewelry store, so another form of art.
Yep. The AMC Theater, cinema, form of art. Cool.
Creative Giants.
Okay.
The fuck is that?
If you're wondering what is that to the right there, that Daguerreau kind of style portrait, the older gentleman there on the end, I believe the picture
There
of
was the one before that.
well, this gentleman I think may have been not him.
Right here.
I think that may be Henry Harryhausen, who was the stop motion animation artist responsible for such cinematic classics as Jason and the Argonauts.
Yeah, I was talking about the picture here, like the guy with like the big mustache.
Looks like
Almost
he's
looks like a
awfully
puppet.
big. He's awfully big. He's awfully giant.
Slaughterhouse Gaming, what's up? Or Slaughterhouse Entertainment, my bad. How's it going, buddy? We're doing something a little different for my gaming. I do the deep dives with my buddy here, Byronofsidius. And yeah, it's something we like to do. We get into like the science fiction, Lovecraftian type stuff. Anything that involves like paranormal or anything in that genre. It's a collective, but yeah. Am I the only one that would be trying to get on that thing and try to start it up?
Oh, the lift service crawler.
Lift. Yeah.
It's mobile. If it starts, at least you can hoist yourself up out of the reach of whatever's trying to eat your face.
That, and you could literally drive away with it. Those things actually are pretty quick. I've seen them drive around.
Oh yeah, we've got those at work, and I've almost been run over by a couple of coworkers who weren't looking what the fuck they were doing.
That's the entrance.
Exit to Preston Road.
Or exit. But you see what I'm seeing, right?
Yeah, there does not appear to be a way out.
No, it's all rock formation.
Fuck.
It's all collapsed.
Did the music just get loud?
I'd say the volume of the music just ratcheted up several notches. So be on the lookout now for something suddenly to make an appearance.
Mm-hmm. No way, dude. Oh shit.
And now we have discordant sound wave effect. What is known literally or translated in Japanese cinema as ugly noise. When any kind of musical instrumentation suddenly sounds sour and takes on minor depressive notes, like flat notes. This is used in Japanese, in a lot of Asian cinema, to denote the putrefaction or corruption of an environment and nature itself.
Oh boy.
The same statue.
What would what would you do? That site right there, what would you do? After knowing it was in one spot and now it's over there by the escalator.
I wouldn't have her reaction because she's smiling for obvious reasons. I'll be back in a minute.
All right.
Time out for a butt chain.
Oh boy. Yeah, it's a no-go for me, Ghost Rider. Definitely a no-go for me. Oh man. I think our boy is in a lot of trouble. A lot of trouble. So, to everybody's watching, we got currently 6 people watching as we speak. I appreciate y'all for showing up and checking us out. Something we like to do during later on during the week is the deep dives with me and Byronofsidius. And yeah, this one's been pretty interesting. Pretty close to the back rooms, I'd say. Is that thing over by the theater? Yeah, it is. That's what that thing is right there. The big black silhouette. Yeah. We'll resume this as soon as Byron gets back. I don't want to spoil anything or see anything without him. But wow. Oh man, the plot thickens. Yeah, I don't know. I would try to find some sort of spot that has a door, and I would try to barricade myself in that spot until I got a bearing of what was going on. I would try to find anything I could do, like anything I could use to craft a weapon or find a weapon. Definitely go looking around for food that's not possibly spoiled, and or anything that would hydrate me. I mean, full survival mode is gonna kick in right here. But obviously, I'd be scared shitless knowing something is around the corner looking for me.
So I did have a thought about my immediate reaction upon seeing that. Given that I'm already hinky about what kind of space I'm in, that This is obviously an ethereal realm that I have found myself trapped within. The laws of what we understand as our standard physics have obviously gone out the window, and we are in an ethereal realm, an ethereal space, possibly a two-dimensional space, possibly something beyond the veil. So I'm going to immediately, one, invoke the name of St. Christopher, patron saint of travelers, because I've traveled into a very bad place. And then I am going to invoke the name of Sincera, who was the Fae patroness of all arts and artists. Because even if I am a dipshit influencer like this jackanapes making this video is, our narrator, I am a form of artist, and I can beseech this particular Fae demigoddess for protection against this thing. I may find myself in trouble, however, if it turns out it is one of her adherents or guardian creatures. Then she will look me dead in the eyes and say, "You're fucked."
Yeah.
Or she'll just say, "Run."
I don't think that type of knowledge has been bestowed upon our lovely influencer.
No, he's probably got no great appreciation for the history of mythology. He's probably just like, I'm gonna die.
Yeah. Scuba said, I've already shit my pants and now I'm running.
Yep.
Yeah, it'd be a lot of plop, 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 plop.
Yeah, but hey, at least you don't have to be embarrassed. There's nobody around to witness you being mauled or shit your pants.
Yeah, it'd be a lot of drops down the floor.
I thought it was a different area.
I got an idea. Let's get closer to it.
I wouldn't mind if it rained somewhere.
And it's gone. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh no.
No. Yeah, her reaction right now, that's my reaction. I'm not having it. Hold up.
Oh man. Oh, this is not good. You see it there, now you don't. Whoa. Not good at all. White people, literally. As the JK bros would say, this is WPS, white people shit. This is some WPS right here. Everything good, brother?
Yeah, we're all right. My daughter graciously agreed to help her little sister have her next bottle and hopefully nip off for a nap here so I can dip out for a smoke. Okay, so he did not have eyes or camera on this oversized Muppet for about 12 to 15 seconds?
About that, yeah.
And in that time, it's gone with no visual or auditory cue or indication that it has vanished. Unlike the previous incidences within the scope of just this video, we have no cover noise, no sudden increase or presence of muzak piping in from the overhead stereo speakers. It just isn't. It's no longer there. Any predator or any guardian creature that can move that seamlessly, that soundlessly, is something that is not to be trifled with, to put it mildly.
Not at all. And I'm pretty sure this thing has way more tricks up its sleeve. If it's already done this, yeah. Especially, we don't even really know what's controlling the lights, whether it's the thing we just saw or the place itself.
Right, we have no idea. But we have seen this tactic used before in the back rooms. Funneling your prey, channeling them to where you want them to go.
Yep.
What?
Oh, look, he found a map. Is that a hole in the wall down there?
It is indeed, and a rather irregular looking one. What I wanted to explain to why I chuckled, this is also making me chuckle a little bit, because when he first walked past the non-functioning escalators a couple minutes ago, I immediately was put in mind of an old Mitch Hedberg bit. What happens when escalators break down? They just become stairs. It's not an emergency. Sorry.
Oh boy. Oh boy. We're gonna note that the camera just distorted there, right?
Distortions, yup. Flickers.
I think there's an exit this way. There's a door over here.
I need a timeout, brother.
Yep.
Got to replace some batteries for the little one's toy here. Back in a moment.
So what it appears to be is like a little play area for kids that we're currently at. Little staircase. Yeah, this is definitely not good for our boy here. He's in a very, very bad spot. Trying to think what to say here. Like, given everything that we've seen so far, I don't know if we can call this paranormal or supernatural, or I don't know. Definitely some oddity here. Very anomalous. What I do know is I don't like the idea of that thing disappearing out of nowhere. That I don't like.
Not at all.
Somebody has been there to graffiti it at some point anyway. Yeah, but we don't know if that's graffiti or if that's actually just like a part of the decor, the art.
Right, because this mall does seem to have a heavy emphasis on artistic gallery presentations. So it could very well be part of the design of the interior.
Mm-hmm.
Kidding me.
What is that? Is that the outside?
Is this the what? What in the world?
That's not technically part of the children's spot. That's upstairs. She's talking about the graffiti.
Yeah, no, it's a separate area. Very quickly on this Midtown Artist Studios. Okay, this is where we come into a wee bit of curiosity. A lot of artistic installations that allow for a large space to be utilized for the artist's presentation can utilize the entirety of a theater space or a gallery space to create an immersive artistic rendition or product. So, what's beyond that security gate could either be a secondary Q-dimensional space, an environment separate from the interior of the mall, or it could be somebody's art installation that's a scene from the middle of the woods. We don't really have a good idea. And this is kind of brilliant in its way because it leaves you with this duality of possible explanations. Unless we investigate further, or unless this narrator, this presenter investigates further themselves.
I just
We
noticed
are
something.
twitching in the wind just to know what's that.
Look at the reflection on the wall there, like the glass. Oh, hold on. I'll have to bring it up. There's nothing there.
It's all empty.
Mm-hmm.
Further curious. Is our camera an unreliable narrator? The camera itself. We did have that distortion just a few minutes ago.
Mm-hmm.
So how much of what's in that reflection is what's actually there to observe, and how much is being played upon the equipment?
Right. Oh, maybe not. I don't know. It's really weird.
I don't know whether or not to go to them or.
No. There's things missing. There's definitely things missing, like the flower pots.
As I say, the plant life is gone. Not all of it, but some of it is gone. Things have been moved.
Right.
Let me see if I can figure out where they're coming from.
Hold on. Yep, we have no distortion there.
It might be like an elevator. Or an elevator. It's gotta be an elevator.
Oh shit!
Hello?
It's the same giant from the advert.
Mm-hmm. And it looks like it's on wheels.
Wheeled base.
Mm-mm.
I'm leaving.
And as the proper awesome points out, the name of the video is The Rolling Giant.
Yep, that is true.
I'm trying to leave. There's someone controlling it.
Oh, hell no.
Fuck.
Do we have any Doctor Who fans in the audience?
I was just about to get to that.
The
We got
Weeping
ourselves
Angels.
Yep, I was about to say the Weeping Angels.
Who show up in The Witcher, by the way, or in the video games.
Hey!
Do we have a possible peanut tactic going on here?
I want to make it crunch.
What the fuck? Oh shit. Oh boy. Oh, it's coming. Oh jeez. Oh God. Ooh. Um. My dude, I think you're fucking up. So when he went through that plywood or that panel anyway, did it chase him still?
Yes, because I suspect because I think what we heard in the background was the shattering of glass. I think it broke its way through the glass front in order to give chase. And you could still hear the squeaking of its wheels when he was running through that back hallway area. Obviously used for employees. You saw a bag of trash at one point when he was running along. So janitorial staff has a place to deposit its collections.
Mhm.
Although I would imagine the only thing that's being collected down here are bodies.
Right.
But and to quote Bender from Futurama, Leela, hair and trash go in the garbage. Flesh goes in the disposal.
Oh boy. I don't like it.
Management office. Phones I can use.
Is that a can of Coca-Cola?
Looked like.
Whatever it is, I'd be drinking it, getting some hydration. Not very much, but some.
Right.
Went through there. And then that's yeah, that's where I am.
and you can still hear the squeak of the wheels in the background periodically.
Whoa. Was there a fire there? I hope you notice the shading in the paper and like the wall.
I think there may have been scuba.
Migrants,
Pause it.
You want me to go back to
Focus.
it?
Go back to the numbers on those papers. All right, hold it 1 second. All right, let's look up. A second. The document. Read me off that number.
Document 1973, 2023.
What is it?
1973, 2023.
1973, 2023. Document number 1973, 2023. All right.
I just found a Reddit post on it.
Yeah, that was the first thing that came up. U.S. Department of Labor. I'm looking at. Division of Coal Mine Workers Compensation Benefit Rates under Part C, Department of Labor. This is an underground location, and a document that we're being referenced to in accordance with the Department of Labor is benefit rates for coal mine workers' compensation.
Interesting.
So that was the first one.
So from what I grasped was
intriguing.
1973 was when the Valley View Mall officially opened. 2023 was when the mall was finally demolished. So this mall doesn't even exist, but
So this
exists here.
the mall doesn't exist, right, underground, where one does mining. So we have a correlation here. It could be incidental, it could be accidental, but read me that second document number.
1837, 1905. From what I'm reading, it says refers to the birth of Julian Reverchon. 1905 refers, well, that was 1837 what I read off. 1905 refers to the year he died.
Sorry, could you go over that again? I'm sorry.
1837 refers to the birth of Julian Reverchon. 1905 refers to the year he died.
And I've got here from Wikipedia, Charles Henry Hackley, 1837 to 1905. And the picture of the gentleman looks like it could very well be one of the gentlemen who was in one of those pictures in the one gallery. So we've got a couple of possible explanations to that one.
So do you think maybe it's a manifestation from the like he's in the puppet?
Possibly. We've also got a look at, this is James M. Van Hook, A member of the Freemasons, also a member of the Grand Army of the Republic. James during Civil War, who lived 1837 to 1905. Pocket diaries included rights to certain mining operations in the territory which would become Texas. Got some interesting possible ties because of these document numbers.
How's it going, Creeker Mariah? So it says in the event that primary exit routes become inaccessible, please refer to that document. So how would that help you? Oh, my bad. I was holding on to the button.
Colin, you said it refers to that document in the event of what?
For an exit. Says if the exit routes become inaccessible, please refer to the document. The primary exit routes.
So we have, in the event you can't find your way out, refer to these documents, one of which is tied to a gentleman, Mr. Van Hook, who owned Colin. Hold on 1 second. A lot of echo and a lot of kids.
Wait, there's another document. 1855 to 1857. The top right. It says emergency.
Give me 1
I gotta
moment to
read this
look that up.
whole thing. I'm gonna go over the whole thing. Like literally from top to bottom. Fire safety and adherence to the International Fire Code, IFC, with text-specific amendments. All exits and exit pathways are marked with luminescent signs and are equipped with emergency lighting to assist in the visibility during power outages. Accessibility following Texas Accessibility Standards, TAS. Our building ensures that all exits are wheelchair accessible and equipped with ramps and handrails. Egress pathways. Pathways are maintained free of obstructions at all times. Consistent with the requirements of the IFC, regular inspections are conducted to ensure pathways remain clear. Emergency assembly points. Once safety outside the building, all employees and visitors should assemble at the designated assembly points as marked on document 1855-1857. It's crucial to maintain a safe distance from the building to prevent injury from any potential structural issues or hazards. Fire extinguishers located through the premises. These are checked monthly for operability and in compliance with the IFC. Employees are advised to familiarize themselves with their locations. So standard stuff, pretty much.
And what I've got here from the Library of Congress, document 1855 to 1857. 1855, 1857. The incorporation of the Washington American, a small newspaper publication centered in the township of Washington, Texas. Some good stuff here.
So we have a total of 3 documents here. But I wonder what the actual, are these documents that we can actually look up, or are they documents that he's got to find?
I don't know. I've looked them up. I really quick went and did a Google and DuckDuckGo search on each one of these, and among the lower end of the first page of results on each of these, I've come across these following results. The first one there, that 1855, 1857, is the incorporation papers or incorporation number assigned to the Library of Congress for this Washington American, which is based out of Washington, Texas.
Yep.
The second one refers to a Mr. Samuel Van Hook, who was a member of the Freemasons, a Civil War general, and the eventual owner and proprietor of several mining operations in the state of Texas. And the final one we've got, that 1973-2023, is a document under the Department of Labor for benefit rates under Part C for the Division of Coal Mine Workers Compensation. You've got a lot of things surrounding mines, benefits in case of death or injury, and the state of Texas.
So the document for 1973 to 2023, that was, from what I grasped anyway, was how long the mall stayed open until they demolished it.
Right. Which, again, I'm just saying there's an interesting tie-in there, a creative tie-in, because the mall is purportedly demolished. Yet here this gentleman is in this mall. And where is the mall located? Deep underground, where you would have a mining operation. There is a connective tissue there. It's thin. It's thin as a membrane or an eyelid, but there's definitely a creative use of laying down some small footprints for us to follow into the woods of this particular realm beyond the veil. Just fascinating. Now, this Van Hook character, the Samuel Van Hook, who's to say he's not the one whose essence or spirit is not in this rolling giant? Kudos to Kane Pixels, by the way, for the use of remote control to roll around this statue. I'd like to know if he purposely left the receiver antenna flag sticking out the back of it like he did, or if that was just something that could not be avoided. So he just decided, fuck it, let it be visible. But that's a small...
I don't know if that was an antenna, though. Because it had bows on it.
It had bows?
Yeah.
Oh. I thought it was like an RC receiver antenna.
Nope. There was something sticking up. There were bows on it, tied onto it.
Okay.
It was weird.
Part of the artistic...
How's it going, Tim? My bad. I just wanted to say what's up to Tim there. Oh, they were flags? They look like bows to me. According to Proper Awesome. We'll appreciate that.
Okay, yeah. RC flags to indicate a receiver. Typically, when you've got like RC races or competitions, people will tie or tape or glue certain colored triangular flags to indicate which device is theirs.
I don't know. I'll have to get another look at it.
I don't even give a shit anymore. There's motion sensors, cameras. There's definitely some me. That statue thing. Some kind of security system. What do you know, man? to get out of here.
Man,
Whoever.
totally nothing ominous about that hallway.
It's just a misunderstanding. I didn't realize.
Nothing at all ominous and deathly about that.
I'm gonna stay there.
Wait, we got to get a better look at that picture. Do you accept
Impermanence.
impermanence?
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Good eye. What the fuck? Oh boy.
I need to leave.
We're back. Oh, it's the same thing. I think, yeah. I think that's a warning there. I'm not the only one that's hearing that talking, am I?
No, I hear it too. Something over the few remaining functional Muzak speakers. What kind of background muttering?
So what's the deal with all the plant life all of a sudden?
That I could not tell you, but we are most likely dealing with Q-dimensional space, so who knows?
Oh shit.
Fuck! Hey! Exit.
Oh shit.
You fucking get me.
Oh
You
shit.
fucking get me.
What the fuck?
What do you want? Oh,
What the fuck?
Oh. Shit. Oh, fuck. Okay. This is fine. Everything is fine. Oh my god. Okay, what's that?
Where did it go? Oh, fuck. Wow. Wow. What just fucking happened?
Well, it channeled him with those red arrows and the call and allure of, hey, here's a way out, here's an exit. And he promptly went after that exit, and it led to what appeared to have been a dead end. He should have been smashed to bits by the rolling giant there in the little area of the ramp, where it smashed itself in against the wall, breaking a section of the environment. And he ended up following yet another channeling arrow toward what looked like a set of steps leading to the rooftop, as a result of some weird kind of strange adaptations of Euclidean space. But when he went to set foot on that first step, it gave out under him. The guardian creature, that rolling giant, couldn't get him. It didn't get him. But the environment itself did.
Mm-hmm.
The environment itself prevented him from escape by saying, here's your escape. Come and get it. Like any good trapper, it was prepared for how to execute its final strike, its final blow.
Right, but did you see the walls, like on the wall collapse on the right, and then the dead horses?
Those panels that just fell out. I'm not entirely sure what that was about. Possibly the two-dimensional space rearranging itself while being observed. Remember, we saw that and we posited in the Back Rooms series that so long as the Q-dimensional space is not being actively observed by a human sentience or a consciousness, that it can make immediate and abrupt and quite radical changes and alterations to its makeup. But much like
So, like the
boson,
plant life.
right, much like the boson particle, if it is being observed, that observation causes a change in its dynamics.
She said, "You can call me the crapper."
Nah, you're a scuba. Although you
um,
did say there were several parts where you would have crapped your pants. I don't think there's many of us who wouldn't have. Void your bowels, void your bladder, hide your kids, hide your wife. You're dead.
so I don't know if you noticed, but like when the colors were all distorted, the greens came out, and he was like super like black and white. But in the
Yeah.
distance, we can see the rolling giant's head.
In the last screen, in the last shot there.
Yeah, watch. Right there, right in the
Oh,
little.
yep, right there.
So it made me wonder, was he even down there to begin with? Did he just jump up somewhere and then break his neck?
I don't know, because we've also got, you remember, at the beginning of the very first video, it appeared to be somebody working on this giant mask.
Mm-hmm.
So was this just something that was all in his head?
Mm-hmm.
We don't have any way of really knowing. Not for any absolute certainty.
And like even like back at this part, like dead animals.
I didn't notice those before. Go back to that.
Like right when he's coming up.
Right. I don't see anything there at the moment, but as soon as he looks away, is he telling you that's when it happens?
What do you want?
Oh, yep, they were there and then gone.
Oh, shit. Shit. Shit.
But they come back in another shot. See? Right at the bottom right, up there by the wall.
Looks like.
Everything's fine.
It's just bizarre.
It's still there.
Which almost leads me to wonder if those animals were dead in the woods near where he ultimately ended up already.
Right.
And if he's just been seeing all this as a dying vision.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think that concludes the oldest view for now.
Well, right. I mean, unless somebody else is going to, like they did with the back rooms, going to follow up and try to look for their missing buddy. You know, I heard he was out in this area. He was talking about taking walks in this area, and he found this weird mine shaft that went down a set of stairs, and some follow up.
It kind of begs the question: who found the footage?
Right. And who uploaded it?
Mm-hmm.
Now, obviously, this is possibly the end. It's very possible this was an extended single story, a single narrative, and we were viewing most of it through the camera lens of his phone that we was filming on. And what we see there in the last scene is our dead lead narrator protagonist. You mentioned, everything else looks very vibrant, very green around him, but he himself is rendered in this almost grayscale kind of lifeless, which put me in mind of an old animated film. The one that I'm sure you're familiar with, that several members of our audience are probably familiar with as well, was the very first animated Transformers, the movie, when Optimus Prime dies on the table after the Battle of Autobot City. His body turns ashen gray, this lifeless gray scale moves down his body until his head just kind of flops to the side, indicating the essence of his consciousness, his personality, his being draining out and being gone forevermore. So he's clearly dead, either broken neck or body trauma. You don't see much blood, so perhaps not, too much in the way of internal trauma or bleeding, damage from broken ribs and other bones or what have you. But there is clearly lifelessness about the eyes in that last view of our narrator, or our primary protagonist and filmmaker. That severe differentiation of deathliness also puts me, at least, in mind of the question of, is he so gray so quickly because this space, this otherworldly, Q-dimensional or beyond the veil space, took his life essence from him in order to mobilize the next rolling giant?
So he could be the next rolling giant.
Right. Maybe that's why it was coming after him. Maybe it wasn't trying to chase and harm him. Perhaps it was the voiceless essence of whoever or whatever was in it trying to call out and reach out to him as another human being for help or an explanation, or what the fuck is going on? What am I? What happened to me? What is this place? But without a voice with which to speak. It's just trapped in its inability to communicate. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I was just thinking, like, I was looking at a video. I was like, why couldn't the guy just push it over?
Well, right. Like, okay. Yeah, that is the other question. Is like, if you've got any kind of courage, why not just try booping the fucker.
Yeah.
You know, bop it a good one, and maybe it will be no more a problem.
Rolling Giant just needs some views. Yeah,
Okay.
perhaps.
That little flower arms start waving around, and suddenly you hear a voice from it saying, "Remember to like, share, and subscribe." Come here, Colin.
Yeah.
I gotta turn my camera off for a minute, buddy. Monkey Man here needs a butt change.
Oh, you're good. So I guess now kind of begs the question, what are we going to talk about next?
Well, we don't know if this series has any more coming. Like I said, I suspect not. I suspect this was a longer short story narrative. But we have any number of options available to us. We could return to the SCP Foundation. We could look at what was that other one we were looking at? I can't remember. It was the alternates.
Oh, yeah, the Mandela effect.
Mandela catalog, right.
Catalog, yep. Mandela catalog.
So we've got SCP Foundation, we've got the Mandela catalog as a possibility. We are both fairly avid gamers. There's always a massive plethora of material.
Game lore.
What's up?
We were talking about Fallout for a little bit too.
Yeah, we touched upon Fallout lore. You know, I know you are more knowledgeable about the overall lore of the world of Fallout than I am. Though a fan of the games, I never got a chance to play Fallout 2. You showed me some amazing gameplay, video and footage from that game, and I do regret that I never had a chance at it. Played Fallout 1, Fallout 3, Fallout Tactics, Fallout New Vegas, Fallout 4. I did not play 76 because I refused.
Yeah, don't.
I'm not big on the idea of games as a service or online only games.
I like some of them, but like that game in particular, no.
Then we're both fans of Mass Effect as a series. A lot of great world building, lore, and character dissection that can be done on that series. I don't know if you were you a fan or a player at all of the Dragon Age series of games?
Never played them.
Those are good. These are your brother's pants, buddy. Let me get you a pair of yours.
Lore we could also dive into something like Half-Life, if you ever got into Half-Life at all.
Yeah, I only played the first Half-Life.
Never played the second? I'll have to do a playthrough of those. I know I was talking about doing it.
Yeah, I've never done a playthrough. I've never played the second Half-Life. Only ever played the first one. And much to my shame, I didn't even finish the first Half-Life. Never very skilled at first-person shooters. For some reason, I did okay with the Fallout first-person shooters, or any of the Elder Scrolls games. I loved playing those.
Yeah, no, I'm a big FPS fan.
And there's so many people who've already done Elder Scrolls, so I feel like we might be just kind of screaming into the void there. Part of what I've enjoyed about these deep dives is I don't see a whole lot of other folks touching upon this material in an analytical way or as an enthusiast as we are.
Well, I mean, you could also... I don't know if you were into Five Nights at Freddy's at all.
Not really.
No.
I mean, like the very first game, I watched some Let's Play videos of those, and I thought, it seems kind of...
But do you know the story behind them?
No, I only have a vague familiarity with the backstory.
So a lot of it has to do with the owner of Five Nights at Freddy's captured kids, took them off into a room, killed them, stored their bodies into the suits,
Oh, okay.
which then made them into killer animatronics.
That's grim. I did not know that much of the backstory.
Yeah.
I can appreciate it though. That is rather bizarre.
No, it's definitely got its creepy background for sure. Or backstory rather. We could also get into Slenderman. That's another one.
Yes. See, that's one that I found myself at least, especially back in the early days of it, from something. What was it? Something Rotten. Is that the name of the website? But the whole idea behind the concept of modern urban legends and the creation of tulpas, thought creatures that manifest in our world as a result of their persistent lore being touched upon and the sort of constant reference to them. That they begin as just these stories on the internet, but they take on a life of their own, thanks to the very same mechanics that were used to incorporate so many of our older, sort of old world mythology. Tulpas, for those unfamiliar with the mythology, there are several. It's debated back and forth by many mythologists, but most are in agreement that the primary term tulpa and the concept originates from Tibet and Southeast Asia, and that the idea of a tulpa was first a kind of ghost, kind of spirit that would haunt an entire family and gain strength and gain power and essence and presence and influence over the household. And that when members of the family would talk about this haunting with people they knew in their nearby villages or amongst their peers, that the story would spread the availability of the tulpa then to go and haunt and afflict those other people. It's the primary basis for the modern legend of the ring. You get this creature, this spirit or this specter, that because it is afflicted so powerfully, a small handful of people, when they spread awareness of that spirit, they render themselves safe from it, but by passing on effectively this deadliness onto somebody else. The further the awareness spreads, however, the greater influence and power this creature, this thought form, possesses.
All right, I'm back, everybody. Sorry about that. My power went out.
Oh.
Just like that. And it came back on, thankfully. Oh, not that I'm back. Pretty familiar with the Conjuring series. As Scuba was getting my hunting gear ready, just so I said hi. Yep. We're still here.
Okay. I was saying, was I just rambling to nobody there for several minutes, or?
No, the stream will still go on regardless. It just cut me off because it's on StreamYard. It's not like Streamlabs. It's being powered from the computer itself.
Right, because it's focused from the internet.
Yep. So we're good. We're all good.
Excellent.
least for now, anyway.
All right. Hamster wheels turning, thoughts moving. What did I just do with that remote? Hold on a second, buddy. Sorry, my son is insisting on a change in the program down here in the family room.
Oh boy.
I gotta sit this down for a minute.
No, you're good. But yeah, there's plenty that we could go off of.
Well, here's a question. Do we want to leave this to a democratic sort of, hey, everybody let us know what you'd like, or should you and I make a determination at some point between the two of us? It's your call, brother.
I'd say we'll make it a general mutual decision here. We'll all just kind of pitch in and say what we want to do. So,
Okay.
like, the chat, to anybody who's still here, if you guys want, let me know, or let us both know, like, what you guys want to do. And we'll cover it.
And there is definitely no harm in recommending or suggesting a series of mythology or lore or paranormal, supernatural weirdness that we haven't mentioned or touched upon, something that you'd like to see either explored further or looked into by these two particular goofballs on screen before you, because we are fans of these things. We are enthusiasts.
What about the Stickman or Dogman? Are you talking about like the Wendigo or?
Stickman, I do not know, but Dogman, I've heard plenty of stories about.
I've heard about the Dogman here and there a little bit.
I've read quite a bit of lore regarding Dogmen. There's a tremendous podcast series called the Hollow Sky podcast, which touches upon it frequently, as well as the Confessionals. Fascinating mythology, fascinating history behind those stories, those legends. And it is one that I enjoy in part because it's so prevalent, particularly amongst cryptozoologists, skinwalkers. Okay.
Skinwalkers.
Scuba, there is a dense amount of lore that we could delve into there. I've not ever really looked around much, like on YouTube or online, to look up material about skinwalkers. I have, however, read quite an extensive amount of their mythology and history in the various tomes of mythology, the collections that I've got in my office downstairs, as well as some other mythologies and histories that I've read in electronic format as well. I've got 2 or 3 books on my Kindle that I haven't even cracked into yet. One of them specifically is Legends of the Coyote Moon, which is all about Native American tales about the skinwalkers.
There was other ones I was thinking of. I just can't think of them currently. Like, I'm
Tim,
thinking about them. I'm drawing blanks.
Yeah, Tim Hicks, the big, tall slinger. I think he meant Slender Man. That's usually
Slenderman.
Looking and hiding behind trees. I'm not sure of the proper name. Slender Man. Okay, yep. We did mention Slender Man a bit. So maybe we could do a little bit of a mixed bag. We could touch upon a couple of different things in our next series of conversations here. But perhaps because we both have mentioned it, and now we've got Tim mentioning it. Tim's also, he says, Native American tales are always incredible. So do we want to look at the Slender Man skinwalkers or tulpas for our next deep dive, brother?
Trying to think because there was other things I was thinking about as well.
Oh, okay. Other cryptids, dogmen.
I mean, like all the other horror shorts that I could find, especially. There was one that particularly stuck to me that I watched a while back, but doing a deep dive of it and actually dissecting it and showing everybody. Hold on.
Sure thing, brother.
I don't want to take up too much of your time.
No worries, man. But I do have to get going here in a couple of minutes. I got 23% battery remaining on the laptop before I got to get it plugged in and start getting my shit together for work.
So there was one that was called a Hollow Tree. It's a Skinwalker movie. It's like 22 minutes long. A lot of them come from Alter, but they're very good.
All right.
I think what it's called. It's called The Box, I think.
Well, if there's videos on YouTube, or at least one video on there that you want to pull up and send me a link to so I can check it out.
There it is.
And then we
The
will.
Other Side of the Box.
All right.
It's called The Other Side of the Box. And yeah, it's pretty creepy.
All right. I will get to watching that in the next few days here. So again, send me a link to it, though.
Oh, I will. Tim said, did you say the video of the young boy over in, I guess, Afghanistan or somewhere in that insanity that showed his friends him growing vampire teeth and red mercury being vampire blood? Wait, what?
Interesting. I haven't seen anything.
I've never heard anything like that.
All right. Something else to keep in mind, though, to look at.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, do send me a link to that video. I will give it a walk through, and then we will present it in our next deep dive to our audience and begin carrying a discussion forward about potential mythological ties, historical ties, technique, talking about the video itself in our next deep dives.
1 second, I'll send it to you.
Because that sounds like a plan to me, brother.
Just send it to you.
Do not put your hand right in my pocket, you little thief. My son over here trying to learn from the school of 7 bells.
I might continue RoboCop later. I just started playing that not too long ago.
I haven't seen any of your gameplay of that. How is it?
Pretty good. I like it. It's called RoboCop Rogue City.
I've heard a lot of high praise about it.
It's very good. Very, very good. So far, I mean, fuck, it's better than Modern Warfare 3's campaign, but I think about everything is at this point. Modern Warfare 3's campaign was doo-doo. Absolute doo-doo. Like what your kid produced earlier. Or both.
Both of them. Yeah.
But
anywho,
there was that and Lords of the Fallen. Lords of the Fallen was okay. That was another Souls-like game that I played.
Okay.
A little aggravating to play though, but it's definitely they need to learn what they're doing with that game.
Boy.
A lot to learn. That's all I'm gonna say is they got a lot to learn.
No, I did not see that. Tim Hicks, you are in the. Is he in the Discord? Still?
I don't think so. I don't think he ever was.
Oh, okay. Tim, you have left comments on a couple of my more recent videos. Better yet, You can always email me a link to things like that for me to check out on my own when I get the opportunity. I can be reached at Byronofsidius, just like my.
Or I could
screen
drop the
name.
link here momentarily.
Or yeah, if you look it up, you find the link. You can send that along to me, and I'll give that a view or two to check out. But for my part, I am gonna get going here, ladies and gentlemen. It has been a pleasure being with you once again for this deep dive. Um,
Here, hold up. I'll just do this. I'll just drop a link in the the Discord.
okay.
I don't know if you get on Discord or not, Tim Hicks, but if you do, that's our link. And feel free to chat with us. We get kind of wild in there, but it's all fun.
Yeah, we're just goofing around. Anywho, ladies and gentlemen, from my home here in southern Minnesota, this is Joshua T. Calkins Trilogy, also known as Byronofsidius, saying I thank you for tuning in and for hearing our takes and our responses and reactions to this newest Kane Pixels video and project.
The oldest view.
If you haven't watched the Backrooms materials on his channel, I highly recommend you do that. And then come back to Cortex's channel to check out the streams that we did, diving into the mythology and lore and byplay of the Backrooms as responding nerds and enthusiasts of all things creepy and weird. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening.
Byron, it's always a pleasure to have you, man.
Take care of yourself.
Likewise.
And from me to you, always remember, folks, keep reading.
All right, y'all. Be easy. If you like what you saw, please drop a comment down below. Don't forget to like it and subscribe for more. But we are out of here. Much love, guys. Be easy.